is entitled Korach, translates to bald. The Torah portion is taken from Numbers 16:1 through 18:32. The Tanakh is taken from 1 Samuel 11:14 through 12:22, and the apostolic portion is taken from the book of Matthew 26:13 through 24. Numbers 16. And Korach, son of Yishar, son of Kethath, son of Levi, took both Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, and On, son of Peleth, sons of Reuben. And they rose up before Moshe with some of the children of Israel, 250 leaders of the congregation, called ones of the meeting, men of name. And they assembled against Moshe and against Aharon, and said to them, Enough of you, for all the congregation is set apart, all of them, and Yahovah is in their midst. Why then do you lift up yourselves above the assembly of Yahovah? And when Moshe heard, he fell on his face, and spoke to Korah and all his company, saying, Tomorrow morning Yahovah shall make known who is his and who is set apart, and bring him near to him, and let him bring near to him the one whom he chooses. Do this, take fire holders, Korah and all your company, and put fire in them, and put incense in them before Yahovah tomorrow. And it shall be that the one whom Yahovah chooses is the set apart one. Enough of you, sons of Levi. And Moshe said to Korah, Hear now, you sons of Levi. Is it little to you that the Elohim of Israel has separated you from the congregation of Israel, to bring you near to himself, to perform the service of the dwelling place of Yahovah, and to stand before the congregation to serve them? And that he has brought you near to himself, you and all your brothers, the sons of Levi, with you. Yet you seek the priesthood as well. Therefore you and all your company are set against Yahovah. And Aharon, what is he that you grumble against him? And Moshe sent to call Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab. But they said, We are not coming up. Is it little that you have brought us up out of a land flowing with milk and honey, to kill us in the wilderness, that you would also seize total rule over us? Also, you have not brought us into a land flowing with milk and honey, nor given us inheritance of fields and vineyards. Would you bore out the eyes of these men? We are not coming up. And Moshe became very displeased, and said to Yahovah, Do not respect their offering. I have not taken one donkey from them, nor have I done harm to any of them. Then Moshe said to Korah, Tomorrow you and all your company shall be there before Yahovah, you and they and Aharon. And take each one his fire holder, and you shall put incense in it, and let each one bring his fire holder before Yahovah. 250 fire holders, and you and Aharon, each one with his fire holder. So each one took his fire holder, and put fire in it, and laid incense on it, and stood at the door of the tent of meeting with Moshe and Aharon. And Korah assembled all the congregation against them at the door of the tent of meeting. Then the esteem of Yahovah appeared to all the congregation. And Yahovah spoke to Moshe and to Aharon, saying, Separate yourselves from the midst of this congregation, and let me consume them in a moment. But they fell on their faces and said, O Elohim of the spirits of all flesh, when one man sins, are you wroth with all the congregation? And Yahovah spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the congregation, saying, Move away from around the tents of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. So Moshe rose up and went to Dathan and Abiram, and the elders of Israel followed him. And he spoke to the congregation, saying, Please turn away from the tents of these wrong men. Do not touch whatever belongs to them, lest you be consumed in all their sins. Then they moved away from around the tents of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. And Dathan and Abiram came out and stood at the door of their tents, with their wives and their sons and their little children. And Moshe said, By this you know that Jehovah has sent me to do all these works, that they are not for my own heart. If these die, as all men do, or if they are visited, as all men are visited, then Jehovah has not sent me. But if Jehovah creates what is unheard of, and the earth opens its mouth and swallows them up with all that belongs to them, and they go down alive into the grave, then you shall know that these men have scorned Jehovah. And it came to be, as he ended speaking all these words, that the ground under them split apart, and the earth opened its mouth and swallowed them up, with their households and all the men with Korah, with all their goods. So they and all those with them went down alive into the grave, and the earth closed over them, and they perished from the midst of the assembly. And all Israel who were round about them fled at their cry, for they said, Lest the earth swallow us up. And a fire came out from Jehovah, and consumed the 250 men who were offering incense. And Jehovah spoke to Moshe, saying, Say to Eleazar, son of Aharon the priest, to pick up the fire holders out of the blaze, for they are set apart, and scatter the fire some distance away. The fire holders of these men who sinned against their own lives, let them be made into beaten plates as a covering for the altar, because they brought them before Jehovah. Therefore they are set apart, and let them become a sign to the children of Israel. And Eleazar the priest took the bronze fire holders, which those who were burned up had brought, and they were beaten out as a covering on the altar, a remembrance to the children of Israel, that no stranger who is not of the seed of Aharon should come near to offer incense before Jehovah, and not be like Korah and his company, as Jehovah had said to him through Moshe. But all the congregation of the children of Israel grumbled against Moshe and against Aharon on the next day, saying, You have killed the people of Jehovah. And it came to be, when the congregation assembled against Moshe and against Aharon, that they turned toward the tent of meeting. And see, the cloud covered it, and the esteem of Jehovah appeared. And Moshe and Aharon came before the tent of meeting. And Jehovah spoke to Moshe, saying, Arise from amidst this congregation, and let me consume them in a moment. And they fell on their faces. So Moshe said to Aharon, Take the fire holder, and put fire in it from the altar, and lay incense on it, and go. Hurry to the congregation, and make atonement for them. For wrath has gone out from Jehovah. The plague has begun. And Aharon took it as Moshe commanded, and ran into the midst of the assembly, and saw that the plague had begun among the people. And he laid on the incense, and made atonement for the people, and stood between the dead and the living, and the plague was stopped. And those who died in the plague were 14,700, besides those who died on account of Korah. Then Aharon returned to Moshe at the door of the tent of meeting, for the plague had stopped. Numbers 17. And Jehovah spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, and take from them a rod from each father's house, all their leaders according to their fathers' houses, 12 rods. Write each one's name on his rod. and write Aaron's name on the rod of Levi, for there is one rod for the head of each father's house. You shall then place them in the tent of meeting before the witness, where I meet with you. And it shall be that the rod of the man whom I choose buds, and I shall rid myself of the grumblings of the children of Israel, which they grumble against you. And Moshe spoke to the children of Israel, and all their leaders gave him a rod each, for each leader according to their fathers' houses, 12 rods. And the rod of Aaron was among their rods. So Moshe placed the rods before Yehovah in the tent of the witness. And it came to be on the next day that Moshe went into the tent of the witness, and saw that the rod of Aaron of the house of Levi had budded, and brought forth buds, and blossomed, and bore ripe almonds. So Moshe brought out all the rods from before Yehovah to all the children of Israel, and they looked, and each man took his rod. And Yehovah said to Moshe, Bring Aaron's rod back before the witness, to be kept as a sign against the rebels, so that you put an end to their grumblings against me, lest they die. And Moshe did as Yehovah had commanded him, so he did. And the children of Israel spoke to Moshe, saying, See, we shall die, we shall perish, we shall all perish. Anyone who comes near the dwelling place of Yehovah dies, so we shall be consumed to die. Numbers 18. And Yehovah said to Aaron, You and your sons and your father's house with you are to bear the crookedness against the set-apart place, and you and your sons with you are here to bear the crookedness against your priesthood. But bring with you your brothers of the tribe of Levi too, the tribe of your father, to join you and serve you, while you and your sons are with you before the tent of the witness. And they shall guard your charge and the duty of all the tent, but they do not come near the furnishings of the set-apart place and the altar, lest they die, both they and you. And they shall be joined with you and guard the duty of the tent of meeting, for all the service of the tent, but a stranger does not come near you. And you shall guard the duty of the set-apart place and the duty of the altar, so that there be no more wrath on the children of Israel. And see, I myself have taken your brothers the Levites from the midst of the children of Israel, a gift to you, given by Yehovah, to do the service of the tent of meeting. But you and your sons with you are to guard your priesthood, for all matters at the altar and behind the veil, and you shall serve. I have given you the priesthood as a gift for service, but the stranger who comes near is put to death. And Yehovah spoke to Aaron, and see, I myself have also given you the charge of my contributions, all the set-apart gifts of the children of Israel. I have given them to you for the anointing, and to your sons as a law forever. This is yours of the most set-apart gifts from the fire, all their offerings, all their grain offerings, and all their sin offerings, and all their guilt offerings, which they render to me, are most set apart for you and your sons. Eat it in the most set apart place. Every male eats it. It is set apart to you. This also is yours, the contribution of their gift, with all the wave offerings of the children of Israel. I have given them to you, and your sons and daughters with you, as a law forever. Every one who is clean in your house eats it. All the best of the oil, and all the best of the new wine and the grain, their first fruits, which they give to Yehovah, I have given them to you. The first fruits of all that is in their land, which they bring to Yehovah, are yours. Every one who is clean in your house eats it. All that is dedicated in Israel is yours. Everyone opening a womb of all flesh, which they bring to Jehovah, whether man or beast, is yours. But the firstborn of man you shall certainly ransom, and the firstborn of the unclean beast you ransom. And ransom the ransomed ones when 1 month old, according to your valuation, 5 shekels of silver, according to the shekel of the set-apart place, which is 20 gerahs. But the firstborn of a cow, or the firstborn of a sheep, or the firstborn of a goat, you do not ransom. They are set apart. Sprinkle their blood on the altar, and burn their fat as an offering, made by fire, for a sweet fragrance to Jehovah. And their flesh is yours, as the wave breast, and as the right thigh, it is yours. All the contributions of the set-apart gifts, which the children of Israel present to Jehovah, I have given to you and your sons and daughters with you, as a law forever. It is a covenant of salt forever before Jehovah with you and your seed with you. And Jehovah said to Aharon, you are not to have an inheritance in their land, nor have any portion in their midst. I am your portion and your inheritance among the children of Israel. And see, I have given the children of Levi all the tithes in Israel as an inheritance in return for the service which they are serving, the service of the tent of meeting. And let the children of Israel no more come near the tent of meeting, lest they bear sin and die. Because the Levites shall do the service of the tent of meeting, so they themselves bear their crookedness, a law forever throughout your generations, that among the children of Israel they are to have no inheritance. But the tithes of the children of Israel, which they present as a contribution to Jehovah, I have given to the Levites as an inheritance. That is why I have said to them, among the children of Israel they have no inheritance. And Jehovah spoke to Moshe, saying, speak to the Levites and say to them, when you take from the children of Israel the tithes which I have given you from them as your inheritance, then you shall present a contribution of it to Jehovah, 1/10 of the tithe. And your contribution shall be reckoned to you as grain from the threshing floor, and as filling from the winepress. Thus you also present a contribution unto Jehovah from all your tithes which you receive from the children of Israel. And you shall give from it the contribution to Jehovah to Aharon the priest. From all your gifts you present every contribution due to Jehovah, from all the best of them, the set-apart part of them. And you shall say to them, when you have presented the best of it, then the rest shall be reckoned to the Levites as the yield of the threshing floor, and as the yield of the winepress. And you shall eat it in any place, you and your households, for it is your reward for your service in the tent of meeting. And bear no sin because of it, when you have presented the best of it, and do not profane the set-apart gifts of the children of Israel, lest you die. 1 Samuel 11:14 through 12:22. And Shemuel said to the people, come, and let us go to Gilgal and renew the reign there. And all the people went to Gilgal, and they set up Shaul to reign before Jehovah in Gilgal. And there they made slaughterings of peace offerings before Jehovah. And there Shaul rejoiced, and all the men of Israel very greatly. And Shemuel said to all Israel, look, I have listened to your voice and all that you said to me, and have set a sovereign over you. And now, look, the sovereign is walking before you. And I am old and gray, and look, my sons are with you. And I have walked before you from my youth to this day. Look, here I am. Witness against me before Jehovah and before his anointed, whose ox have I taken, or whose donkey have I taken, or whom have I oppressed? Whom have I abused, or from whose hand have I received any bribe with which to blind my eyes? Then I restore it to you. And they said, You have not oppressed us or abused us, nor have you taken any bribe from anyone's hand. So he said to them, Jehovah is witness against you, and his anointed is witness today, that you have found naught in my hand. And they answered, He is witness. And Shemuel said to the people, It is Jehovah who anointed Moshe and Aharon, and who brought your fathers up from the land of Mitzrayim. And now stand still, so that I judge you before Jehovah, concerning all the righteous acts of Jehovah, which he did to you and your fathers. When Jacob had come to Mitzrayim, and your fathers cried out to Jehovah, then Jehovah sent Moshe and Aharon, who brought your fathers out of Mitzrayim, and made them dwell in this place. But they forgot Jehovah their Elohim, so he sold them into the hand of Sisera, commander of the army of Hatzor, and into the hand of the Philistines, and into the hand of the sovereign of Moab, and they fought against them. And they cried out to Jehovah, and said, We have sinned, because we have forsaken Jehovah, and served the Baals and the Ashtaroth. And now, deliver us from the hand of our enemies, and we serve you. And Jehovah sent Jerubbaal and Bedan, and Jephthah, and Shemuel, and delivered you out of the hand of your enemies round about, and you dwelt in safety. And when you saw that Nahash, sovereign of the children of Ammon, came against you, you said to me, No, but let a sovereign reign over us, when Jehovah your Elohim was your sovereign. And now, here is the sovereign whom you have chosen, and whom you have asked. And see, Jehovah has set a sovereign over you. If you fear Jehovah, and shall serve him and obey his voice, and not rebel against the command of Jehovah, then both you and the sovereign who reigns over you shall follow Jehovah your Elohim. But if you do not obey the voice of Jehovah, and shall rebel against the command of Jehovah, then the hand of Jehovah shall be against you, as it was against your fathers. And now stand and see this great matter which Jehovah does before your eyes. Is today not the wheat harvest? But be called to Jehovah, so that he sends thunder and rain. Know then and see that your evil is great, which you have done in the eyes of Jehovah, in asking for yourselves a sovereign. And Shemuel called to Jehovah, and Jehovah sent thunder and rain in that day. And all the people greatly feared Jehovah and Shemuel. And all the people said to Shemuel, Pray for your servants to Jehovah your Elohim, that we do not die. For we have added to all our sins this evil of asking ourselves a sovereign. And Shemuel said to the people, Do not fear. You have done this evil. Only do not turn aside from following Jehovah, and you shall serve Jehovah with all your heart. And do not turn aside after worthless matters which do not profit or deliver, for they are worthless. For Jehovah would not cast away his people for his great name's sake, seeing it has pleased Jehovah to make you his people. Matthew 26:13 through 24. Truly, I say to you, wherever this good news is proclaimed in all the world, what this woman has done shall be spoken of also, to her remembrance. Then one of the 12, called Yehuda from Korach, went to the chief priest and said, What would you give me to deliver him unto you? And they counted out to him 30 pieces of silver. And from then on he was seeking an occasion to deliver him up. And on the first day of unleavened bread the taught ones came to Yeshua, saying to him, Where do you wish us to prepare for you to eat the Passover? And he said, Go into the city to a certain man, and say to him, The teacher says, My time is near. I am to observe the Passover at your house with my taught ones. And the taught ones did as Yeshua had ordered them, and prepared the Passover. And when evening came, he sat down with the 12. And while they were eating, he said, Truly, I say to you, one of you shall deliver me up. And they were deeply grieved, and began to say to him, each of them, Master, is it I? And he answering said, He who has dipped his hand with me in the dish, he shall deliver me up. Indeed, the son of Adam goes as it has been written concerning him. But woe to that man by whom the son of Adam is delivered up. It would have been good for that man if he had not been born.